6 days of Magic Human Design Rave Festival 2024.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Wow, Karen, you made it. Okay. Great. That's super nice. Yay. We were not planning it to be exactly on the 21st, but it happened naturally. So the equinox is calling us. So, welcome everybody to the first Human Design Rave Festival meeting online for the coming event in January 2024. And yeah, wow.
It's happening.
Yeah.
And so we want to do today is let us share the script, the scenario that we came up with. We had a chat with Pavaka a couple of days ago, and actually she shared that exactly on this day, on 21 of December, she used to hold an annual event where she would talk about the 10th gate and the G center and the whole business of this transition that's still not so clear for the collective between the new year frequencies and the new rave year frequencies and the difference and what's happening to all of us. And I'm fully aware that most of us kind of know what's being talked about, but that's why we are all getting together. I guess it's also to receive the knowledge through each individual perspective. It's never the same, it's always different. So I'm actually very excited myself to hear what Pavaka is going to share. And then we will gradually move, and so each of us can represent themselves and share a bit about everything that comes in this moment, everything that feels right. So we flow in this surrendered flow, and at the same time, we have a framework, yeah, that little bit of yourself, a little bit of how you feel, maybe a little bit about what you are bringing to the collective picture in this event. And yeah, yeah, that's the vision. Veronica, you want to add something before Pavaka starts?
Yeah, it was funny what we saw on the background frequency, those four words, illusion and AI and those words that we sent you. This is what's in the collective, but actually we're here bringing something really, really individual. And at the same time, yeah, from the feedback we see, it's people are really excited to have you guys and to hear what you have to say and share. And so you're so welcome, and we're so grateful that you are here and you accepted our invitation to yeah, to be with us. So here we are, and maybe Pavaka can start if she wants. I think that now kind of all the lecturers are gathered.
Yeah, and not everybody who's going to be a lecturer in the festival is present here, and some of the teachers said that they cannot join. And actually, before Pavaka will start, I propose that maybe we take a minute and just synchronize energetically beyond words. So we simply stop for a moment and take a breath and just land.
Thank you, Julia. I could sit like that forever, actually, in the silence of the self. I love it. Hi, everyone. It's so exciting to be here, and thank you so much, Julia and Veronica, for everything you're doing. And for everyone who's here, I see faces that I know and I love, and faces that I don't know and I love, and it's beautiful. And I can't wait to be in the aura. I know maybe not all of you, but some of you are going to be with us in the aura in the same place. But actually, when we speak about the 10th gate, we speak about the place. And there is no place. Actually, all space is one place. You know, in Judaism, space or place is another name for God. And it's interesting, in the 10th gate, the first line, which always gives us the base, says knowing one's place is the base for self-love. 10 is self-love. And to know self-love, you have to be in your place. What is your place? Well, it's the place where you're at the moment. There is no other place. So wherever we are, in the now, and right now, you know, equinox, it's the longest night. It's the darkest hour. I'm speaking to you from Israel, and it's been the darkest hour for a while now in Israel and in the Middle East. And it seems like in the whole world, in a sense, to me, when I look. But for me, when I look in the midst of the darkness, I can see the light in the dark, the light of the self. I have an open self. And it always seems to me that the self, you know, the G center, when I'm saying open self, I mean open G, yeah, because G is the place of the self. It always seems to me that people who have the defined G are like the light of the self. And the people who have the open G, we're like the nothingness, the darkness in which this light shines, you know, and together that is the self. In the world of matter, the yin and the yang, and they play together this, you know, this game of matter. And right now we're in this place of, you know, the equinox is the place to be in the dark and in the cold. The winter is starting, and it's taking us into the body, just like Julia just said, you know, just be in the body, breathe. And from that place, just surrendering is surrendering to the movement of the magnetic monopole. That takes us to seeing that we're in our place. And seeing we are in our place, we can love ourselves, and we can love our God, the place, and we can love humanity. Because 15 goes with 10. It's the individual with the collective. So we're in the midst of this gate of self-love and self of humanity. And when I look around, I see a lot of the other side right now of the not self, of the self-hate. And self-hate is the hate of the other, because when you can't love yourself, you can't, you know, you hate other parts of humanity. And if you hate other parts of humanity, you're actually hating yourself. And this is what's happening on the collective, you know, when we look at least in the television and in what's happening in the, you know, Facebook, whatever. Yeah, I didn't mean to go into politics. It's just so alive right now in my world. You know, it's not politics. It's just looking at what's happening transpersonally, and everything that's happening is just a part of, you know, the sleeping phoenix, coming our way, the shock of the 51 in the cross of penetration coming in, and the two crosses that are coming in. So all the individuality and all the integration, bringing in this, you know, this everyone is here for themselves. And it's just, from where I look, it's all apart. And when we go into the 10th, I always see this movement of the end of mutation. You know, we're in the quarter of mutation, and the quarter of mutation is accepting death. Accepting death is the way to transformation. And we're starting the year in 41. It's really like the end, but we're still in mutation. So when we meet in the beginning of the Rave year, which is the end of the cycle, you know, ending and beginning. It's always the same. And the 10th gate is kind of like starting this this trip towards the end of the year. We started with the self-love, coming into ourselves, and we're going to finish it together with the 41, going into a new experience and experiment together. And for me, always these times that we come together in the aura, it's always very transformational. So it's so much, it's so beautiful that Julia and Veronica, that you thought about this for the beginning of the Rave year, starting the beginning of the Rave year with this. And I think that's enough for now. Just a few words about the 10th gate and self-love. And I'm Pavaka, and I'll be happy to meet all of you. Maybe we should invite Julia. Do you want to invite people, or just anyone that wants to speak? If anyone has the inspiration, how do you want to do it, Julia?
Yeah, I think it's maybe good that actually the way we envisioned this is like a natural flow. So we tune in. We invited you to open as a proper manifestor to bring that opening frequency. And to those of you who are projectors, please feel invited. And those of you who are generators, please feel asked. And yeah, we'll just flow.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm already talking, so I'll just shortly present myself. I am working with the system for nearly 10 years. Now I'm in the place where I'm deeply investigating my PHS as an experiment, because I'm finishing a DDP program along with the BG5, but my focus now is mainly on my own process. Today, I signed a contract for a new space. So choosing the new space was a very deep process. And I see how human design is just, oh, guys, I cannot wait to share with you my offerings, especially the one that I'm going to present with my partner, who is not into human design and who has a big issue with this system. And we're going to expose very openly all of these issues, all of our challenges as a couple, where one person is deeply into the experiment and another doesn't want to hear anything about it. So that's going to be my contribution to this collective picture. And my partner will also be a part of the festival. He's going to bring the sound frequency, as he's a multi-instrumentalist. So he's going to entertain us in the evening programs. And also he's going to play in the Dubravka workshop. That's what's been the talks for now. And actually, if you feel like you would love to have some live music in your contributions, you can also talk to him, and he will be glad, I hope, to collaborate and really support also other teachers with his music. He has a lot of instruments, and we bring a lot of instruments with us. So that is the intention. We all know that the sound is at the center of the cognitive architecture. And no matter what we do and how and when, there is always the element of acoustics. And yeah, so that's what he's going to do. And I think that's it for now.
Thank you, Julia. I would like to invite Nisarg. to start if you want. Like it's become a tradition, you know, for you to kind of open and close the collective.
Okay,
Yeah, you're on.
I'm on. Well, I was kind of like looking around, feeling really smug and happy to be hiding in my little hole here. And curious who is going to start talking next. And really also, and curious also to really meeting all the other, huh?
Sarg, you heard with a huge reflection, actually. Your sound is like, looks
Well,
like it looks in its own mirror.
then I don't know what to do. You know me, Julia, when something is not working, I don't know what to do. I'm not at all a tech person here. Maybe.
Maybe
Julia,
just
if
move the
everybody
computer a
mutes,
little
that
bit.
might help.
Huh?
If everybody
Everybody
mutes,
muting. Okay, let's
yeah,
everybody mute ourselves.
Okay, I try again. Is it still funny? Yeah. The main thing in a way for me to be here also this evening, I'm really curious who is going to show up along with me, because there are many who I have never met. And this for me is basically the biggest joy to be able to meet in person in Aura. I mean, maybe we are Facebook friends, some of you, and maybe I don't even know. But for me, it'll be lovely to just to meet you all, and yeah, to experience the different kinds of understandings and perspectives of what we have kind of learned with the human design in our lives. So I have all my life, I'm a reflector, by the way. I mean, probably you know already because you saw it. And I have only, I've been basically, I met Ra 1999, and I had a reading with him in Sedona. And I started basically working, teaching human design about 2003. So it's 2002, 2003. So it's about 21 years of ongoing full-time human designing, always in Aura, never online, and also worldwide. I was even in Israel. Dvir, I'm so happy to meet you too, and Pavaka. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what I am. I mean, Julia, when she asked me, I asked her, I don't have time to think about it. Even when she asked me, I said, couldn't you know me? Couldn't you just write something about me? And I trust you because you know me, so that it will be okay. And but then when I kind of all of a sudden woke up and the whole thing became real, I also realized that I feel a little bit funny with my title, and I'm not quite sure how to change it. Reflector sounds a bit funny, and but reflecting is definitely the name of the game. And then I was kind of like pondering what I really enjoy most about the reflecting business, and that's what's happening when I actually work, when I teach. I enjoy reflecting the beauty of whoever is there in front of me. So it's kind of like for me, how to connect this with that in every person. that is actually already perfect and intact and just got covered up. And instead of working with what is not real, to kind of like find a way to connect, and through the connecting and entering into a kind of an attunement with it, I noticed in actually in all my teachings how whoever the person is, somehow space is being created, and the beauty begins to shine out and reveal itself. And this is my joy in the whole thing. Yeah. So maybe maybe the title can be that. But the main thing for me is to be able to just be there and to be a free spirit wandering around and, connecting here, connecting there. And yeah, and just being open to see what wants to happen and what kind of unfolds. And I mean, more and more, I personally feel like I'm not so much into teaching into this nitty-gritty stuff anymore. I did a lot of it. I just really mostly enjoy just showing up and then see what happens. and being present with it. And when you were talking, Pavaka, it was so beautiful what you shared about the gate 10 and place. Yeah. And somehow it reminded me of I think it was only yesterday I found something on Facebook that somebody posted that I actually put it on my timeline. I really like it, and I would like to, it's very short, I would like to read it because it's so much what I experience with myself in where I am in my moment in my life. And it basically says, life cannot be handled. The secret is simply to show up. It's about witnessing it all, even the pain, and letting it touch you and make you not harder, but more tender. Showing up, feeling it all. This is my new kind of prayer. I call it praying attention. And it's how, for me, everything turns holy. And actually, with this, I feel like I said enough. I'm ready to shut up and give the microphone, hand the microphone over to somebody else.
That was beautiful, Nisarg. Thank you. And I'm really tempted to go directly to the other side of the globe and invite Christine to introduce herself.
Hey everyone. Yeah, I'm very excited to be joining you in Aura, and I guess one of the things that I'm most enlivened by, I think it's, feeling enlivened by the sense that I'll be with other teachers, that I'll be able to see what everyone is bringing, each as an individual. Because here I am down in New Zealand, literally on the other side of the world, and we're having the longest day. So I was listening to you, Pavaka, and I thought, yeah, this is so apt about place, because our experience is so determined by place. And of course, my experience at the moment is out into the beautiful sun and the beauty of nature and the beach and the water and this outward movement of shining outwards. This is what it feels like here. And so it really reminds me of this truth, this deep truth, that our whole perspective of where we are and what we're seeing and what that means, and how that affects our behavior and what we identify ourselves with, and everything comes with where we are in ourselves. And, you know, so I thought that was a very apt little little comparison. And it is interesting because, of course, the perspective of the world, of a lot of what's written, is written from the Northern Hemisphere. And those of us who live in the Southern Hemisphere are always, well, it gives a different perspective because, of course, our minds always love to say that this is what this means for everyone. And this is what we all do, is we're always translating everything for everyone from our own perspective. But of course, human design's not about that. So yeah, so it's just an interesting, very interesting journey. I feel like I'm coming on to come to the Northern Hemisphere for the first time since 2018, when Nisarg and I were together in Corfu. That was the last time I was in Europe. And to be in Aura and community. So I've also been on a bit of a journey with the G Centre, because my workshop is the G Centre experiment. And I always notice I need to be careful what I what I intend and what I choose, because ever since I chose that as a topic, everything in my life is turning up, which is to do with place, everything to do with place, even the biology of the liver, the blood, everything. Even the festival, you know, moving from one place to the other place. And so I've had all these questions of place and where I am and who I am in that place arising. Yeah, so the experiment's real. It's already happening. And I'm so delighted to be experiencing that experiment with all of you. Yeah. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, wow. Thank you for coming from so far and sharing yourself with us. So anybody else would like to be next and talk about their offering?
I can go next. Thank you, Veronica and Julia, for recognizing us as reflectors. You know, we've got 3 reflectors in a row, which is unusual, you know. And often I find myself in the background watching the space, you know, and seeing what's going on, holding space through my awareness. And now I've been called out by you, and that's just so deeply moving, you know, to be called out in a space where that is valued is so very powerful. And so, you know, I really see my role as, you know, holding space for those who really want to connect with their truth, you know, with their own authority. And to me, that's what this festival is about, is like, who really wants to connect with their authentic self? And as we're encouraging people to join and to be part of it, it's like, yeah, trust your authority. That's what it's about. That's what we're here for. It's like to kind of live deeply in that uniqueness, that richness of who you really are. And, you know, by being role models for that, by living that, that's how we encourage others. It's through the vibration, it's through the frequency of living authentically that we provide that encouragement to find what that is, you know, for you or for me, you know. So that's all I can offer, is my own frequency, my own connection with my true self. And so, yeah, to be invited to share that is a deep honor, and I feel deeply grateful, you know, for that, and to live from a place of awareness, you know, with others. That's what I'm excited about, is meeting others, to live from that awareness, to join in the connection that we can feel from what's it like to be you, you know, what's it like to be your true self. And for me to enjoy sharing that is a rare experience, to have that with others. You know, we can share it in our daily lives, but to really be with others who are on that path, you know, it's going to be wonderful. I'm really excited. So yeah, I'm a 4/6 reflector. I've been a teacher of living your design for 10 years. I'm an analyst for the last 7 years, and I feel really passionate about, you know, like I said, encouraging people to their own authority. So yeah, it's great, isn't it? I'm so excited. So mwah. Okay.
Yeah, it was this phenomena when we were inviting people, and a lot of people who we invited to, because it's a hybrid event, live and online. A lot of people just wanted to come live, and it really was showing where the energy flows to the live part. So guys who are gonna be only online, you're not gonna miss it all, because first of all, we're gonna be streaming it, and also we have special online lectures. So we're intending it really to be a 24-hour, 6-day non-stop human design festival, leading us to the new year and Gate 41. This is what Luna proposed we should talk about on this meeting. So maybe Luna, you want to go next?
Thank you, Veronica. First of all, I want to thank everyone who is really bringing a lot of energy to this event, because it's a great opportunity. And my purpose in being there, it's really being there. That's it. It's a simple thing. I've been missing to be with people in a sense where I can share deeply what I discover in my trajectory, actually. My proposal was mainly because I couldn't really comment on words about the said from the dictionary of, I don't know. So I wanted to keep the focus on, for example, why those days, why that week, because it's in the middle of January, and for many people it's not very clear why are you going to meet in that moment. I'm very fascinated by cycles myself. I'm not a person with many I don't have any definition in the collective abstract circuit, for example. I'm very much fascinated by the cycles, because in all these years, I've seen myself spiraling in my deconditioning, in my life. I've been witnessing myself going through phases that I can really recognize. So my thing is, I don't really want to go into too much the mechanics. I just want to say that it's such a beautiful thing to be together at the beginning of an experiential cycle. That's one of the things that makes me even more enthusiastic in being there. Beginning together and maybe keeping going together, because I feel that there is a real need to connect, and that's really my thing. And I thank everyone. I thank Veronica, Julia, yeah. And I'm really happy to meet all my friends. There are a few friends here. And so I'm just waiting for that moment. And thank you for all the effort. And I know how difficult it is to organize an event. I know it. Do you want I present myself? No. Yeah. Sorry. I'm into the experiment since 16 years, around 16 years. And I became an analyst only last year after 2 cycles of the conditioning. And yeah, I've been dedicating every second of my experiment, studying, observing, educating, and that's what I do, even though I do so many other things. So I appreciate a lot the music. I will enjoy the music as well, and the company, best of all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Luna, and thank you for opening the festival to the Italian public. Since you're Italian and you're going to be translating for us. Thank you so much. Okay, shall we go to Karen? Karen, we're almost had you live.
I know. I really wanted to be there live. I'm in Denver, Colorado, so it was a bit of a trip, so I wasn't able to make it there live. But I am glad that I'm able to be here online and to participate. And thank you so much, Veronica, and thank you so much, Julia, for the invitation and everything that you are creating. It's absolutely amazing. And Pavaka, I loved how you opened this because it really speaks to really part of what we're all also putting together. So myself and Natalie and Iwan, we're all a part of BG5. So BG5 is the career and business application of the human design system. And I have been working with this information for over 14 years now. I've been teaching BG5, OC16, and everything business related to human design for the last 8 years. I also helped establish and direct the BG5 Business Institute. And so it is my passion. I work with this every single day, and I absolutely love it. And one of the things that, and Pavaka, you talked about this at the very beginning, is it is the love of self. And through the love of self, we can also love humanity. And even though we are moving into the era of the individual, it is being, in a sense, selfish, but selfish in being self-like. And the more self-like we can be, the deeper we can connect with others, and the deeper we can connect with humanity. So love of self and love of humanity go hand in hand. And one of the things that we are bringing to the table is really experimenting with BG5 and taking a look at how not only we operate as individuals, but I think moving forward into the future, as the era of planning fades away, we need a whole different way to connect. And we need a whole different way to work together. And that's what I love about BG5 is BG5 is not only about understanding yourself, but it's also understanding how do we work together in partnership? How do we work together in small groups? How do we work together in large groups? And ultimately, it is about business and it is about the physical plane. And some people have an aversion to business, but yet at the same time, we need to bring in resources in order to survive, right? We need to have a roof over our head. We need to have food on our table. And so what I'm going to be talking about, and again, I so wish I could be there live, but I'll be there online. And but what I'm going to be talking about is really how do you profit by being you? We have been so conditioned that we have to sacrifice ourselves for the good of the tribe, that we have to sacrifice ourselves simply to put food on the table and have a roof over our head, that we have to sacrifice ourselves in order to make money. And so what I'm going to be talking about is, in a sense, the self part of it. And Natalie's going to, and Iwan are going to be there live to talk about the small group and the large group aspect of it. But it all starts with the self. And again, as you love, trust, and accept yourself, and you know how to profit by simply being you. That's really all we have to do, is simply being us. But we've forgotten that. We've completely forgotten that because we've been so conditioned. And we are moving into a new era. And I've seen glimpses of this new era, and it's amazing. And there are ways to work together in collaboration that really honors each and every person as who they are as individuals. So each individual person has their own place of power. And so when you're aligned with your own place of power, you can naturally profit simply by being you. And I think it's something that we have never really truly connected with because of the era we've been in. But we're moving into a completely different era. And I'm really excited to share with you, again, how you can profit simply by being you. And then how you can connect and work together in a completely different way. And so that's what I will be presenting. And I feel very, very honored to be with all of you. And again, Natalie and Iwan as well are going to also be doing, they're going to be there live and being able to do actual experiments so you can see how this works in real life. So again, very honored to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. And with that, I am complete. So thank you so very much for the invitation and allowing me to be here.
Yay, thank you, Karen, so much. And actually, I also want to present Julia, who just jumped into the room. Julia Fruchtenbein. She is our producer and a person behind the scenes that you never see her face in the interviews or on the page, but she is a huge part of the production. She is our producer. And my dear student and my dear friend, and I would say even a family at this point. Julia, would you like to share some words about yourself so people get to know you a little bit?
Yeah, would love to. It's just really loud. I'm outside. I live in LA. I'm manufacturing generator for one. That's how you say that. Yeah, and I'm so excited about the this festival, and I'm really waiting for that, and it's really a pleasure to meet you, all of you, like in some I met in person, like online in person, but someone I've never met. But it's really happy to have you on this journey with us, and yeah, see you soon.
Thank you, thank you.
Hello.
Yasha, hey.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm very glad that I came here because you are teachers.
You are muted, yes.
Okay, hello, everybody. So you are the teachers from Ra, and I'm a student, self-student from Ra. Because I didn't have resources, but it came one day, resources to me in a different way because I have a channel of mutation. So I would be in service, but I'm always on the like in the kitchen, on the backstage. I'm doing my work from the backstage, so I'm always there. So even I'm there, I'm doing quite important things. So I would like to just give you something that we are creating the reality day by day, thoughts by thoughts. And even Ra, he said something to us, it doesn't mean it will happen. Because we are the creators of reality, and this is how we believe, this is how we create. I believe, from my point, the cross of law, that we are going in amazing place. This is how the sisters already shared, you know. We will get the super creative people. It's already happening. I live on the La Palma Island, and I live like in the future, really, you know. Maybe not so many resources, but there are like just the future, basically, you know. helping each other, sharing each other, living in a tribe. And I'm really believe that when we go to this next level, it's about our authority, that everyone could feel himself. You talk about the gate of 10. This is my gate, this is my channel, you know. I have a gate in 10 and in 2 and in 4. So I discover myself that I'm kind of hermit opportunist. This is how I behave. This is how I connect people. So it would be amazing journey. And I know that because we know this knowledge, that we could start something new from the 22nd, this would be amazing. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, this would be truly amazing. That's why I don't believe any word of, not all words of Ra, because this, I would tell you from my perspective, this knowledge could be manipulated. You know why? Because this gives you freedom. And if you get the knowledge, which is freedom, you know, the world would be free, you know, people would be free. Everybody would be awakened. And then what? You can't manipulate us anymore. Simple as that. We all stand in our powers and that's it. And we all love each other. Yeah. That's what I want to share with you. Because now is the darkest time. I'm dark. I feel sick, but I'm with you. And Yasha means sun. I give you some sun in the dark. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I have to say, I met Yasha. I was by accident. If I can, there's no accidents we'll know, but it was kind of an accident, and I found myself without any planning in Poland last year in a really beautiful festival. And when I was walking in the market and all these healer booths, I saw Rave Mandala. I was like, who's doing it in Poland? I wonder, because it was empty. Every time I was passed by, it was empty. And that's basically how I discovered Yasha. First, his wife was there. She's like, yeah, he went somewhere. He'll come back 3 hours later. So on day 3 or day 4, I finally met him. And now he's volunteering and he's already got, I think Yasha actually was the first person who bought the ticket. Regardless, if we don't know it's gonna happen, lockdowns, what else the life can bring to us, but he did it. And then when it started feeling more and more real, okay, someone already bought a ticket. So thank you, Yasha. And actually, we didn't say yet thank you to every person who offered their energy and their inner space and outer spaces as well in Sofia. Everybody who's volunteering for the festival, it's huge. It means a lot. And we see that there's a lot of response. So people who want to be volunteers. So we also very, very grateful for that. Thank you, guys. Yeah, who feels like sharing now?
Can I share? This is Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really, really, really honored to have been invited actually by Ioan, which was quite funny because we met again in an IHDS course that we're doing both, or that we did both. And we were together in the very first BG5 certification course that Karen taught at the Institute in 2016. So I saw that he was doing the BG5 experiment, right? Penta experiment in Sofia. And I was like, wow, cool that you're going to do that. And then he said, yeah, why aren't you speaking? I'm like, well, I don't know. I haven't been invited. I didn't even, think about it. I knew, Karen and also Linda Benell will, of course, be there. I just never thought about it. He was like, well, we need to invite you. I'll tell Julia. So it all kind of, came to be. And, then I had the conversation with Julia and Veronica, and And we kind of came up with, yeah, since I'm also an instructor of OC16, why couldn't you do the OC16 experiment then? I said, well, let's see, I'll think about it. So that's actually how it went. So it's, yeah, I'm really, I'm just thrilled in how it all, unfolded, and that it will be in 3 parts now. So the first day a lecture, kind of giving a bit of background, and then what I'm going to do. And then on the 3rd day, we'll do the actual experiment with, about 16 to 20 participants. And then on the last day, on the morning of the Rave New Year, I will kind of show the results or what we have seen happening, just by the energy and the mechanics. What went good and what went with miscommunication or whatever. You can actually check everything by design, which is just, I'm just so thrilled to see how it all will turn out. So it's also the first time that I'm going to do it on this scale. And since it's going to be on the world stage, I was like, let me just do a tryout. So I will do a tryout here in the Netherlands on the 12th, just the week before. And actually, Brenda, I'm at Brenda's place. So this is my my friend Brenda, and she's a reflector as well, and she's a graphical designer, and she's in my Dutch Beach Park Foundation course right now, assisting me. And so she is designing for me the materials to have like a body graph and pentagraphs and everything to really work with it on the floor as well. So that is really cool. And so here in the Netherlands, we will have actually 3 or 4 reflectors kind of being there and in their role as well. So I'd like to invite the reflectors, if you would like to participate in Sofia in the live event, in the experiment, being the reflector, for the group and to see the whole. And I'll contact you on the details when we are in Sofia, if you want to. So this is an open invitation, and we can discuss it more, or you can email me, or we can have a Zoom chat, or just meet each other in Sofia. So I'm really looking forward, and I'm just thrilled that something like this is actually organized by you guys, and that it's from all different kinds of human design parts, right? Like I'm not hang up to so much. Maybe I shouldn't say this since I work at the Institute, but I'm not really hang up on like if you are or are not with the Institute or etc. If you honor the information wherever you have studied it, I mean, the thing is to get it out there in the world so that we have as many people knowing this information to be able to support themselves, right? And live correctly and authentic. So yeah, I'm really happy to be there. And as Karen was sharing, she is online, but also in our experiment, I will have her in my ear and have her, move with me to see what is happening. So it will be very, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that's amazing that you're going to. Also, there were talks that later you can use the materials for actual educational programs in the BG5 Institute. So it's also kind of feels special that we create the playground that's going to be that will have a continuity duration. Yeah, 50,
So we will.
It feels like 5432 to me.
So yeah, exactly. So it's that will be amazing because it's recorded as well, and we will have cameras with each penta as it's the experiment is going on, so that we can actually hear what the conversation is, because it's all about communication. That's where you kind of can see the energy show up, and then whatever happens will be a very good kind of a real life case study in video of how it operates, what can happen. It's just a beautiful yeah, win-win situation to be able to experiment on such a scale with people that are already aware of, you know, their design. So at least we don't have to explain their personal design first. And yeah, so yeah, it's just cool.
That's why I wanted to
And you
add
know,
for
Natalie, I was
newbies.
also
Yeah.
I'll say something short and then Veronica, you continue, because I was listening to Natalie, and you know what came to me when you introduced your reflector friend is that actually many analysts who are present here do the work with an actual printed body graphs. So I would love to ask you, invite you, and just inform you that we are very, very open for you to bring your printed materials, to bring your body graphs, so we can spread them around or put them on the walls or put them on the floor and really create this mandala, yeah, because you use different designs. Each analyst has a little bit different frequency in the way they are designing it, they're using it. So it's going to be interesting for all of us to feel how this is played out through each other, right? So if it's not too heavy, if you don't need to order extra weight suitcase, please bring your printed materials and whatever feels right to you. We are going to open space for anything that is that wants to come out in this space. So, yeah.
This is actually why I'm at Brenda's place, because we were late. We checked out, how do you call it? Like where they built these kind of event stands to look for a suitcase that is big enough to kind of put in the roll and all the other materials. So yeah, I will have one, you know, extra luggage.
Yeah, and I wanted to just say for people who are not familiar with what BG5 is, and newbies, because this event is also for you guys who just find out what human design is and resonate to the system. This is the business application of human design. So although human design can sound a little bit esoteric, it's actually a combination, a synthesis of scientific and esoteric studies. But the BG5 system is the business application, which is really, really practical. And it's about really you finding your own place and what is your correct career and your calling and how to be successful as yourself, as Karen said, but also in partnerships and in groups, because we often work in smaller or bigger groups. So we have this unique opportunity to, as Natalie said, and Johan, I didn't see him here yet, but to also look at group dynamics. And this might sound a common thing, maybe for HRs or business people who work a lot with companies and with people doing team buildings, etc. But as from the human design perspective, where we're kind of investigating energy and how energy works and energy flows, this is quite a complicated experiment we're doing, because it's group aura, group energy, and it's going to be really huge as from scientific point of view. But also we really invite you, if you're in the business, if you have a small team or you're a business entrepreneur, or you just want to understand better your colleagues or your own career opportunities and how to be authentic as yourself and not only survive, but thrive and be successful and free and to be satisfied with what you're doing, because we really spend so much time of our lives working, and 70% of us are generators. So we're here really to be happy with what we work and what we do. So we really invite you also for the really practicality of this system to, if you're interested in the business application, this event is also for you. Please feel welcome.
Hi, Veronica. I'm here, but I'm in the car, so I cannot show myself actually. But yes, I'm here listening to you, and huge thanks to Karen, who is an amazing teacher, and to my colleague, who is very, very, very enthusiastic and who will help me for sure with the BG5 experiment. So thank you very much.
This is Ioan Nistor from Romania. He's going to be conducting the BG5 group experiments with functional, dysfunctional pentas and groups. So it's going to be really interesting. It will be really hands-on experience. So we will have in the whole mixed here, it's a whole palette. If you want to taste and feel what human design is, or if you want to study human design and go deeper, you will really have the possibility to see the different aspects of human design and the practical approaches, and meet the different teachers and facilitators who can with their frequency help you on your journey. Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of teachers, facilitators, and embodying practices as well. And Sabina,
yeah, I actually raised my hand because I have a client actually for my family practices coming in soon in half an hour. So this is so opportune time to continue the flow with what Natalie shared, what Veronica shared about the group dynamics in business and all that. So a little bit about myself. I'm Sabina, and I'm based out in Arizona. I'm very new. I'm a baby. I call myself I'm a baby when it comes to my experience in this experiment of living my own design. It's been just 4 years. But as I look forward to how the global cycle change is coming, I guess I was fortunate to really started at that 7-year crux before the 2027 comes in. I'm really grateful to Veronica and both the Julias, Julia K and Julia F. That's how I'm referring to them right now, for this opportunity to share about the family practices, this branch in human design, which is so, so crucial and important to, especially in our deconditioning process. On one side, we have the group dynamics in our BG5 realm. And I'm so happy that I'm a student at the BG5 Institute pursuing my consulting certification. Thank you, Karen. You inspired me so much, and Natalie too, and Lavina Archers. Oh my goodness, you guys are great. Okay, coming back to what I'm presenting, I feel privileged and humbled to share about how we as an individual starting into our own deconditioning process. Also, it's so essential to also understand this family pentadynamics of how much the stories that we hold on to coming out from our birth families or our foster families, or even the family in which we are living in, and how we need to understand the decision-making process, which might get, which does get actually I'm at a loss of word right now. The penta rules, how about I put it like that? That trans-auric form, it just takes over. We are not our own individual self. And understanding that thing and realizing that the stories that we have held on to in our openness And our mind just plays those stories, no matter how much we are still going on in our deconditioning process, or especially starting into it. And this information, this knowledge brings about that awareness to release that blame from ourselves and blame towards our parents, siblings, or whoever was there in that penta from where we came. And it brings a grace to the new pentas that we are in, maybe our own families which we start. So just a little bit about that, and that's it from me. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. It's a blessing. Thank you, Veronica and Julia, for organizing this. This is something which we so crucially need in our world today.
Thank you, Sabina. So, somebody else wants to go?
Well, then I will go. This is okay because, yeah. I'm self-projector, I'm a motorless being, and I always need to be with the flow as long as there is the energy with me. Thank you for the invitation. And I would also like to speak to everybody who cannot come in person, because that's what exactly happens to me. I would so love to be there and see the people I know. Pavaka, yeah. You can see your expression on your face. I can only do the online thing because I had booked a flight to South Africa before I knew the festival was happening. And so I can only do an online presentation. So I would, of course, encourage everybody who can be there in person, because that's what I'm trying also to wrap up from my good fortune, my serendipity, which is also my sun gate 46, the gate of serendipity in the 5th line, that I could live in Ibiza for 12 years and met Human Design and Ra in person in 2004 and was present at all the Ibiza events that happened. Not all of them, I think I missed 2 between 2004 and 2011. And that gave me so much, yeah, more than I could ever have studied only online or in books or whatever. This imprinted me on a deep cellular level, and I think it does that with everybody who goes there in person and meets somebody really in aura. And especially the chance now that there are all these amazing people, and some people I have met before, been in the whole experiment for 20 years, and I so wished I could do that again. But I had this invitation by my husband to go to South Africa and stay there for 3 months. So that's what I'm doing. And it's a bit, try to also encourage people who cannot go live there this time. It's always a bit sad. You want to meet everybody and get the information just by being in aura. You do not always have to talk there. You absorb so much through the interactions as yourself, knowing who the other persons are. But if you can only join online, it's the second best. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now with a little bit of a sad eye, but I will do my best also to bridge a bit of a gap that's of the first wave of human design people. I know some who started already in the 90s. I could only start in the early 2000s. And now human design becoming so popular, it lacks often of this connection, where it really originates from, where it came from. So I have a show, like a bit of a dia show of photos from the Ibiza events where I could meet Ra and where other teachers met, and how he was sitting there in front of people and impacted everybody directly, and how a manifester, a 5th line manifester, can really get things across. And it resonated very much with me because I'm also a 5'1", but I'm a projector. So I have the same costumes. I'll talk a bit about the costumes also that we all wear, our profile and how we grow into it. Yeah, so it's over time, and how we resonate with people who have the same costume but are a different type. And I love manifestors. It has always been. I'm married to one now. So that's also probably started there. And I've been an analyst. Well, I learned it in Ibiza, but I did my exam in 2011. I'm a living your design coach, living your design guide, and a Rave ABC teacher. And in summer, I could meet Nisarg also. She's a wonderful teacher and gave me the last thing to go out and also teach it with my own groups. And yeah, I wish everybody who comes and everybody who sees this now to take the decision if you can go their life. Yeah, I would not be the same person if I hadn't had all these opportunities. Of course, first in Ibiza, but over the years in immersions with Marianne and with other people, with Kuhn, or with Nisarg's teaching, and also privately meeting people. Go there. And if you can't, then at least come online. Yeah, so share that with me that this time it's not possible. And thank you very much, everybody. Hope to see many people there. And thank you, Julia and Veronica, for organizing it. You're really doing such a great job. And my G lights up. That's my inner authority. And I'm very happy for what's going on. And next year, I cannot promise, I have an open ego, but I feel I'm being there. I know now in advance. And yeah, thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Okay. Anybody wants to go? Maybe Amaya?
Hi there. This is so much a second time day. It's yeah. So nice to be here. Choicelessness. That's my topic. How helpless we are actually, and how little do we want to acknowledge it. I've been 22 years in the experiment. I started off quite young. I was 23 years old, and it started all very natural in the sense that it was just my father coming home with, a couple of cassettes. He just gave them all up to each children. And we were kind of like, oh my God, what's this? Like, again, that with some weirdo stuff or whatever. I didn't even want to listen to it. So I was really into another world, my own. and there was the voice of Alok Anand, and I just couldn't help, just flip out. Like, who's this guy? And I don't even know him. He doesn't even know me. And why is he speaking stuff that I didn't even realize myself sometimes? And from then on, it became this trip of just watching, the movie. I consider myself lucky. This movie brought me to cross paths with Alok, with Ra, with my family being involved, which I think it's kind of cool because it's I really admire people that come into human design and have no friends, no people to talk with, or in my family, my father was already studying with Ra and Alok, and my brother is the one filming Ra and Alok, so we're pretty much in the hands-on though, and so it kind of surprised me along the way. Like I didn't even imagine to be that my profession will turn out this way. I was into marketing and economics. I mean, nothing to do. So I guess what I will offer this in this round, it's to probably, like, from my own perspective, I haven't chosen yet like exactly which example, but probably I see it will just end up being mine. I will mechanically explain stuff as to, especially newcomers, realize how we're not in charge, like what happens to you, what you're going to meet, what you're going to do, what you're going to breathe each day is not up to you. It's really not up to you. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be up to you. And I will couple it with some body awareness, because human design is especially shocking and interesting, and it's life-changing. But what I've experienced throughout the way, it's also like how disconnected we are with the body and our senses. I've always been, even before human design, very, very self-aware and working with my own body. And so I will present like mechanically helplessness, and then I will get people to get in touch, whether they like it or not, with their limitation and their and to discover. I've prepared a little practice that's like very simple and juicy. Like there's not gonna be a way for you to escape coming into contact with your effort, with when like with what's your limitation, with your effort, with how much lighter can you feel noticing it and letting go, so to say, at least in an exercise. And so yeah, we'll try to see. This is the only thing to do here. Try to see for yourself. Try to just understand the mechanic from when you're born. I mean, you're born and you're brought to this mundane plane, and you weren't even I know there's a lot of people that say, yeah, I chose my parents, whatever. Yeah, well, 6 hours before your parents got horny, supposedly mechanically, there was already, a crystal embedding, so that there's no plan. There's no plan. And, but the no plan can be shown, can be showed up mechanically. So that's what I'm going to do from the very instance, from conception. I'm lucky enough that my mom remembered when I was conceived. So from conception throughout life, and then towards death, I'm just going to explain mechanics. I will try to really synthesize, otherwise you will young the whole thing through. But I will synthesize in something just to relax our minds, if we can. If we don't, it's okay too. But like on just letting go, just, and it's not even up to you that you can let go or how much you can let go, but at least we will do the exercise of seeing what happens. So that's it. I don't know what will really, because I'm still just about being inspired about it. I haven't started putting my hands into it, but I think something cool will come up. So whoever is there, I will probably be happy to share that with whoever. And yeah, happy to get there and see you guys, and let's breathe it through and see what comes up. So thank you.
Yay, let's rock. Shall we invite our Canadian guests from the other side of the globe?
Are we the only ones from Canada here, Veronica?
I don't see Ryan, Hannah, so I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Alana and Hillstrom, and I'm happy to be here and joining you. Nice to see all your faces. It's been really beautiful hearing everyone's frequency and experiencing everyone across the globe. I know I've met some of you in person. I've seen some of you in classes and been in Facebook too. So it's nice to be here with each of you. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Hagen. Hello, everyone. So 2.5 splitting projector here. I've trained with Karen. I think Karen's left. Yeah, okay. I've studied with Karen, so it was good to see her. Also studied with Lavina, and then some of you I've kind of come across on the internet, although you do not know me, probably. Yeah. What are we going to talk about on the event? Maybe we'll just skip through that because it's been a nice session so far. I'll just tag along with what Amaya was talking about. Our interest is also in what the conditions are for really being able to let go into your life. And our approach for that is by bringing some understanding around the nervous system and the way the nervous system operates, together with your mechanics. So recognizing that everything that happens in your experiment is also happening in your nervous system, and that the way that has been conditioned is very important to recognize. So we're kind of offering a framework for recognizing how the nervous system naturally phase shifts into a system that's capable of really letting go and having the ride, and that happens in different phases. And what we've been exploring together is what those conditions are. What's the context for allowing that to happen? How do we create those conditions together? How do we come around that together? How do we do that for our clients? How do we do that for the people that we work with? Recognizing that that's important, recognizing that that's really important, especially in this digital age where we're often very disconnected or have a very limited connection to the way that human design knowledge actually translates into something that can be lived.
Mm-hmm.
And that clients are often very eager to get more and more knowledge, and that there's a point at which that stops translating into results. And some clients also get to a point where more awareness and more mental awareness doesn't seem to help them stop the body from going in what they recognize is maybe not the right direction. So they recognize they're at a crossroads and the body keeps being drawn to the same old stuff, recognizing there's another path. And there's the awareness there, but there's not the agency to get to that other path. Why is that? And we are trying to, we've experienced that for ourselves, and we're coming up with an approach to be able to kind of get around that and understand that in a way that's safe, in a way that people are not pushed into that radical deconditioning without that safety. So they're capable of connecting. In the end, human design is something that will also all live together This is, you know, us meeting each other. We've talked about the value of being in aura very much, and you know how meaningful that is, and that's really where it's at in many ways. And so I think our main idea is then, you know, how to connect as ourselves and how to be able to stay connected as ourselves. So we recognize that from our own experience, moving into this projector generator dance that we do. You know, it can be very correct to enter into. It can be a very correct experience, and then there's the experience. So yeah, and so we've learned many things that we're really eager to share, that I think is going to be really valuable, and can really make a difference. And more than anything, it's like something that I'm really eager to talk to you about. You know, folks that are really into all of this, with your own experiences. Some of you have met Ra, some of you have been in human design for a very long time. I'm really stoked to be able to connect with you. And so sorry that we can't be there in person this time, or at least until something happens. We'll see if we get some serendipity on our side, then we will definitely come. But for now, our stuff is online. So yeah, thank you, Veronica, for inviting us in to talk and share. And I'm wondering if there's anything else you'd like to say about yourself, or anything you're interested in.
Yeah, one of the pieces that we'll be sharing in our presentation is a lot about our own experience of being in the experiment. I've been in human design for over 7 years now, and one of the places that I discovered in my own process was this lack of actual bandwidth to actually live my experiment. I was following it. I was radically living it. I'm an MG. I'm an emotional 1-3. I was really diving deep into it and committed to it, but I was finding that my lack of satisfaction and my connection was missing. And when we brought in the tools of a framework we call organic intelligence, Hagen brought this into my life, there was a tremendous expansion in my own ability to access my sacral and to recognize what my response really is and to find my clarity through the wave. And it's been a profound process for me in terms of really being able to live my experiment and live who I am, not only for myself, but for our tribe here, my children and our household, and also with our clients. And yeah, it feels really important to me to share our experience and to just share these tools that we've discovered along the way, because we're recognizing that people need help. At a certain point with human design, it's a radical shift, and not all of our systems are capable of receiving that shift and accepting that change. And so we need help in an attuned environment, in an attuned space. So yeah, thank you for inviting us here. We're excited to be sharing, and that's it.
Thank you so much. It's really different what you are doing, and using other modalities in connection with human design that can be very kind of, yeah, keeping it away. So I'm personally very curious to experience what you guys doing with the organic intelligence and how it supports also the experiment. Yeah, very interesting. And we also have Dubravka, who is bringing the actual connection with the body at the festival. So Dubravka, would you like to share?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I'm really glad to be there. I'm really glad to meet you, especially like the people who are already know so many years through internet. I'm being in a human design 17 years. And like Amaya, like just said, like I just been helplessly seduced by Ra one day. I mean, just by his hypnotic like voice. So here I am. I'm still there, you know, in the human design field. So and as Ra used to say, like the knowledge is not everything. And even I was like obsessed, like mostly everyone, like so many years with information. You know, on the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you anyway like meet with yourself, you know, you stay with yourself, like that's the same self what it was before you meet human design, basically. And what I'm bringing basically the punk and the salt. that's me. And yeah, and the working with the body through the movement. And there is a lot of topics like what we can open there. And I don't know in that short time what it will be possible, but I will try my best to bring you some like point what helps me to really like ground into the energy and feel from the energy and be satisfied with the energy and move from the energy and resonate with the energy, breathe from the core of the energy and see the beauty and the simplicity from that. Because as I said, really not me, but the Ra, and I could just repeat it, the knowledge is not everything. And then see that all this knowledge just naturally what is imprinted in us, actually, this intelligence just like naturally flow, that I don't need to like pushing myself to fit into that, you know. So, and I really like to overcome really quickly, basically, because I'm the 2551, so shock you in the flow if I can, as much as it's possibly quickly, you know, to overcome, to thinking about the things and experiencing. Yeah. And that's, I will not say what I'm bringing now because I'm also not clear like now what I will pick up from all these things, what we can do with the body, but for sure we will work like with the resistance, to not just like thinking about the resistance and what to do, how to escape it, but to really go in the middle of the resistance, that the energy can like you will see what actually, yeah. And I will work with all this sensitivity to like perception, what we can develop. It will be all the time through it. So what really will, I mean, it must, you know, just helping you to be in much bigger touch with your authority, you know, with the form, yeah, with the grounding in the form, with the grounding. It just may be something what is even beyond us and even beyond words, you know. What is the main point is on the end, living your design, it's to relax in yourself, you know, to overcome this like freaky personalities, like, so, because like, you know what, you know, we know so much, we have so much information in our personalities mind, and it's like that, you know, it's like, you know what is the water, you know everything about water, and you know how, and you don't, you know, miss it how it's tasting. So when the end of the day, you are just even more frustrated because of that information. I don't say that that's probably why they are always telling we need 7 years, and after another 7 years you have another 7 years, you have another 7 years, basically to relax. Yeah. So yeah, music, movement, silence, deep grounding, these kind of things, being emotional, available, really ground into the sacral, open or defined, doesn't matter, because there is the difference, but like in a way it's the energy word, like sacral, it's who is drives that. And guys, thank you very much, and I'm so looking forward to meet you. Yeah, like there, give you a hug. I'm the person who likes to touch and hug. So, and have a drink, coffee, and fun. Yeah. See you there. Come, other one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and we have another baby who came to human design when he was very, very young. And now he's for a long time. And Luca, are you there? Are you with us?
I'm with you. Hello, everyone. Oh, okay, my turn to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. So my name is Luca, like in the song and stuff. And yeah, I'm a generator, I'm a 4/6, I'm a pure individual. And yeah, human design came into my life when I was like 15, and I was totally into it. And I've had a pretty intense experience in the last year, which kind of shifted what human design means for me, and really shifted me into the body in a different way that I hadn't been before, even though it's been like 12 years of human design or something like that. And so, yeah, what I want to talk during that presentation I'm going to do is going to be about that process and what it was for me, and that it's also something that I think anyone can go through if it's the right time for them. And yeah, it's like an intense transformation, I would say, and at the same time, for me, it was just so important. It's like, in a sense, I feel like I wasn't really alive before it, so it's really a radical thing for me. Like, the way I see it is like, yeah, night and day kind of, it's like I was really disconnected from my body in many ways. And so, yeah, I'm really glad that there are people who are really going to put this emphasis on the body and somatic work. And I mean, that's really what interests me. It's like just going deeper and deeper into the somatic, into the interoception, it's called. It's when you just pay attention to physical sensation, and this is where emotions are as well, and all of that. And it seems to me like this is where the direction is. I mean, this is what excites me, and yeah, yeah, I'm really looking forward to exploring that, and with you as well, if that's something that you're into. And yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the music. I'm really into music lately, and so yeah, meeting your husband, Julia, and doing some music stuff there, that sounds like real fun. And yeah, looking forward to meeting some of you, and see how that feels. And yeah, yeah, that's about it, I guess. Unless somebody has a question, but nobody asked question before, so maybe that's a bit much to think about. But yeah, thank you for organizing this, and for being here.
I have a question.
Yeah, Dubravka.
Hey, so I'm the 1/3, so, and you are 4/6. So
Yeah.
that's the difference. So could you please tell me if you can like grasp the main difference before like if it's happening now, if you can, if it's possible for you to grasp after your 28 years, you know, that you are going up to the roof, you know, this like this middle era, like.
Yeah, there is a, yeah. So, okay, first I want to talk about it just in case some people, you know, aren't familiar with it, is that as a 4-6, the sixth line goes through 3 phases in life. And right now I'm right at the cusp where I'm about to enter the second phase. And so the first phase is like a really a messy phase in which we encounter all kinds of things that don't work. And yeah, I think the transformation that happened for me is also all intertwined with this change of phase in which I am kind of retreating. I do feel the difference that this second phase, yeah, I'm really seeing things that work, that to me really look like they work in a way that I haven't seen before, you know. And it's also like my eyes are opening, you know.
What's the quality? What is coming from, like, in front now? What's the quality? What is now? It's more dominant, more present.
Well, like I said, the body and feelings and connection with people and with myself and how I feel and how others feel. That's the big theme for me right now.
And actually, we
Beautiful.
have 2 more amazing workshops from Pavaka. One is about manifestors. We have such a palette of things coming, guys. It's amazing. And the other one.
Wait. I have to say something. Wait, sorry.
Okay.
It's not about manifestors. It's for manifestors.
Uh-huh.
No, it's a workshop for manifestors. I'm bringing at least 2 of my manifestor sister with me, so at least 3 we're gonna be, and I hope there are more manifestors there. No, we're not gonna be the only ones. No, I can make another a workshop about manifestors if you want, but for me, you know, we meet manifestors, we get together. That's where things happen. So that's what I want to do.
So can other people join
No.
your workshop and observe it
No.
as an observer?
No. I answered you. They cannot. But I mean, if you want me to talk about manifestors and then, you know, have people ask questions and I'll answer, no problem. But then you have to set another time with pleasure. But what I was referring to when I said manifesto workshop is a workshop for manifestors. Actually, just to be together, a workshop, it doesn't have to be a workshop.
Yeah, myself and Veronica, when we were working on the schedule, actually we were like, okay, they're gonna do their own thing. They have this, you know, closed door. They don't care what's happening around.
Closed door, closed aura. No, yeah. Sorry if that wasn't. Well, I'm sorry if it wasn't understood correctly. I'm sorry. Maybe I wasn't clear. I don't know. It can happen.
Well, we see how it evolves, and I'm sure when we all land in the space, there will be some kind of natural shifts and changes, and that's actually the dilemma of creating Human Design Festival and following strategy and authority, and at the same time, like fitting the schedule and the deals and the contracts, because plans and planning are 2 different things. We're doing planning here and we're seeing how it evolves. And this is where I see also the mastery of organization. And as a part of organization of Rave marathons for a few years, many of you know and participated as teachers, as participants in those events that I was organizing before, we saw how we managed to have the schedule going, but there were some exceptions when things were like naturally needing to have more time to wrap up and finish, and some people didn't like it, some people enjoyed it a lot and saw it as a natural tantric flow of surrender. So we are playing around it. We're all beings and we have a very clear vision with what we're doing, but at the same time we're allowing life to unfold, because that's the core and essence of the teaching.
So basically, on the end, you all need to become third line and adapt.
Can I,
As
can
part
I,
of the process, yeah.
can I share something, Veronica, in between to Pavaka, what she just shared? Julia, very briefly. I am so thrilled, Pavaka, that you are offering something for manifestors, because I've been offering retreats for reflectors since, 2010 I started on a yearly basis, and discovered how incredibly important, valuable, important it is that the types have space where they can just meet, because the frequency to be really only in their own frequency. And it's easier for all the other types, but I've been praying in a way. I thought, okay, when is a manifestor going to show up to offer something for manifestors? So even if it's just for a short time, like whatever, 1.5 or 2 hour meeting, I am thrilled. I'm gonna kind of like see which manifestors are in my life that I can absolutely send to you.
And I've been doing this in Israel for a long time. We had a 3-day retreat. We were 30 manifestors. 27 of us were emotional. 70% of them were 2212. So you can imagine the mutation that went on there. And yeah, it's amazing. Maybe, I would do a projector thing, generator thing, even, and yeah. Actually, Julia, when I did a big event in Israel, and you were with the projector group, you were leading it. So you had a taste of that, right?
Yeah, because that's what, when I heard that so many reflectors are showing up in for the event, for the festival, I suggested also that I'm very open just to spend some time exclusively with reflectors, because it's so helpful. It's more helpful than anything else for a reflector to have some time only with reflectors, and even if it's just 2 hours or 3. So yeah, so I'm just thrilled that you do that, and I'm already thinking of the manifestors. I don't know so many because they don't usually show up so easily in courses, but I'll pass the word. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really special thing.
And
And good on you, Pavaka, for doing that. I have had an experience as a reflector leading a retreat for 12 manifestors over 3 days. And that was such a special event to amplify that as a reflector, to be in that space of 12 projectors for 3 days, manifestors for 3 days. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's wonderful that you will be alone with manifestors. So important.
But we do have for each type something. We have our dear Darshana Matthews, and she's actually doing a very interesting offering about projectors coming into their role and appearing 400 years ago together with the mystical way. So we also have for projectors, and we have a special workshop for the Sacral Center. So here we go. It's a whole palette of
Probably
everything, guys.
There will be more informal movements. I remember that when we did an online marathon, we actually had our dear VJs creating these groups, not the groups, how you call them, rooms and Zoom. And then type could connect to type. And it was also amazing, part of the experiment about aura online. Can we feel it? Can we connect to it? Does it feel different going through one room to another? Let me tune into generator group, a manifestor group online. Yeah, and we actually witnessed that thing working. So that's another thing that we can do. And same with these kind of informal groups moving around the hotel. Who knows? Maybe we'll find manifestors also doing something informal, or reflectors getting together in the lobby, or whatever it can be. That's the beauty of the festival, that once we connect, either online or live, doesn't matter, allow the flow, it always reveals something unusual, and that's something unexpected. So many unexpected people we have with their definitions. So yeah, tuning.
And next to all the workshops and lectures, we have a lot of embodying practices, but also every evening we have really grounding practices, which are not human design, but they will help us ground in our bodies. We have cacao ceremony, we have sensual labyrinth, we have sound healing, Zen meditation, food eating, ecstatic dancing, and we also have a cocktail party for people to really network, because it's so nice to meet human design enthusiasts from all over the world, to form connections and maybe even partnerships, and do things together. Maybe some new ideas will come, some new workshops will form. Who knows what happens? So you're really welcome to join us also just for the evening practices, if you're probably local, because that's probably more interesting for you. And all of this is really the abundance of the festival we're bringing here. So guys, you're so welcome to join us in this frequency. And maybe I should also introduce myself. I'm Veronica, and I'm a 5-1 generator. And what I'm trying to bring to the festival is my practicality in the sense of reaching out the collective and disseminating this knowledge as far as possible in its original frequency, from how we received it from Rauru, the messenger. And there's so many events and information out there, and some of those people don't even know who Rauru is. So part of the idea of the festival is to disseminate the original knowledge and reach more people and really present you guys to the world, because you're amazing. And it's this cast we have of people. Like, we're so grateful that you accepted our invitations and that we're vibrating on the same frequencies, and we're going to meet some of you in aura and some not. And I want to finish. My presentation is going to be about super hot topic in the world. Next to career and business, people are super interested in, of course, in their relationships, and specifically in love and sexuality. I myself am with an open G center and an open emotional center. So obviously my interest in investigating those two subjects comes a little bit from there, maybe. And I'm going to bring my perspective on that, because actually it's very mechanical, and a lot of beliefs can be left behind when we look at the mechanical way of love and sexuality. And the last thing I want to say is those 4 words which have been in the collective, in the background frequency, most searched terms of year 2023. They're 4 words, and they are authentic and charisma on one side, and the duality of things gives us the other two words, which are hallucinate and artificial intelligence. And I really see it in the background frequency. Human design is so fun to watch how things unfold. Also watching the program and how the transits are changing the frequencies. And really this year, 2023, on one hand, you know, all these hallucinations, false information, artificial intelligence, all of this in the background frequency. And on the other hand, the other most searched terms are authenticity and charisma. It's the coming times, you know. So I find it funny. And yeah, that's what I like. A 5-1, I'm always interested in the collective somehow, in what comes out, what the collective is looking for, and just to watch that unfold, it's amazing for me. I'm so thankful to Ra, Ruhu, and to Human Design for coming into my life and disintegrating my previous world of super dense Maya and allowing me to have a little peek beyond the curtain of this Maya.
Oh, what a beautiful sharing. And I'm sure that each and every one of us finds that within ourselves. And that's what drives all of us as teachers, as students, as volunteers, musicians, lovers. Ah.
Actually,
Feels like a
Yuan
good
came up.
moment to start wrapping up, isn't it? Hmm?
Yuan showed up. He was before not, we didn't see him, only heard him.
Yes, thank you very much for all the work that you are doing, you and Julia, and for this invitation to do the BG5 part, which was kind of a surprise for me when you brought it up, Veronica, but well, now it will be fun. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure it will be quite an experience. And with Natalie and all the help that we can get, I think it will be quite an experience. And of course, we'll need charts from people and people who want to experiment, because everything will be like based on who wants to participate. But well, we'll see. Surprise is always nice when we have so many reflectors around. So I'm so glad for you guys to be in your aura. 3 such experimented reflectors. I'm looking forward to it, and it seems to me that in my readings I always get the reflector, so so maybe you can give me good tips about it. So I'm looking forward to meeting you all in aura, and thank you. Pawaka, I was really intrigued by your manifestor closed session, the first rave festival that you were in, and nobody is allowed, just manifestors. All this, you know, theater and closed doors, and we're looking at the door. What are they doing in there? So,
But at that time I gave you guys a talk and you asked questions and I was nice. I
yeah,
remember that.
after,
After.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, thank you very much for doing this, Veronica and Julia, and all of you who are here and organizing this amazing like gathering. Well, the best thing that can happen is so many freak people coming together, right? And sharing the same energy. Yes.
You know, I just want to say something, guys. it was so challenging organizing you because we really try to follow our own strategy and authority and respect your strategy and authority. And it's so challenging. And at the same time, it's so magical and so serendipitous. And it's amazing. It's really amazing. I'm sure we will have more to share by the end of this, but it has been mutating us like crazy with Julia. So thank you too.
We already think of maybe issuing some kind of a book or at least an article about the whole process, because it turns into comedy, into drama, into tragedy, into blockbuster almost from time to time, and that's the beauty of allowing it to happen and not really struggling with change of venue, with change of cast, with change of schedule. It's I'm working at the moment on the graphic version of a schedule, so you guys can later share it also like in a beautiful image, but it's not coming out because we have changes almost every day. So it's like, okay, let's wait a bit more and a bit more. So I think maybe by the last week it's gonna be out, but maybe even earlier, who knows?
Yeah, we'll do our best to have it as soon as possible. Wow, thank you guys. It's we already had a small festival vibe, and thank you so much for being here and sharing yourselves with us and your offerings so that people can have a little taste of what's coming. And it's such a privilege to have you guys and to produce you and to give this platform so that we call it our table of abundance. And we're so glad to have each of your uniqueness and your unique dish you're bringing to it. Thank you from the heart.
Thank you, Veronica and Julia. It's been really a gift to be present for this open house, for listening to everybody and to understand more deeply the enormous amount of work and love and energy and care that has been going into it, and how even when there was a time pressure, I never felt pressured by you. It took me forever to somehow come really clear out, and yeah, I'm very, very touched, and I do hope that this what's happened tonight is going to be made available, that I can share with in my network also for the people who were not able to come. I don't know if this is something that you are planning to do, because now I feel like, okay, it's really important that all of us just throw it out to to all the people that we are connected with. And I understand more deeply the value also after this evening here. And listening to these amazing people that I did not know, that are out there doing such an incredible work. Because I'm a kind of a lone wolf the way I work. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really touched. All of you. Yeah.
Hey, lovely family. I just want to speak for a moment because I want to rest and I don't feel well today, really, like, boom. Wow, it's honor. It's really honor for me because I start from nowhere, really, 7 years, so it's coming now the next year. So yeah, it's amazing journey. It was a huge transformation, not only by human design, but psychedelic plants, all this, this is not the human design, just give us the gate to open the possibilities. And when the Julia, she said that the thing is like changing over and over, I'm not surprised. She's quite right, and we are going to abstract, the Rahi came from strategic world. We are going to abstract. We don't know what's going on, so just enjoy the ride, enjoy the movie, basically, you know? That's it.
Exactly. That's what we are doing.
Thank you
Or
so
at
much.
least in the process of doing. Yeah. And
Lovely to hear you, and have a lovely night or day, wherever you are. And see you there in person.
Get your tickets today. See you soon.